Hey everybody, Psychedelic Fisherman here. A question I run up on a lot, I talk about Ibogaine a lot. It's a medicine that has absolutely changed my life. It's the bark of a root of a bush found in West Africa. So I talk about it nonstop to everyone I meet because it's done that much for me. Um, what I run into a lot are people saying, I'm fine, I don't need that. Which, if that's where you're at, that's great. Um, I don't know what intimidates people so much about psychedelics. They've been a part of my life for so long. It's so I admit it's one thing. I'm usually very good at relating to people and very empathetic with people. Uh, it's something that I personally don't understand because I've obviously experienced it, but I was at the bottom of a barrel or nearing the bottom of my barrel when I went. And so it was a no-brainer for me. I knew I was just on that downward spiral that would end with me in a grave or a jail cell. And I wasn't going to do that. So I made the choice to change. Once I saw what it did for me, and then once that I learned that it grows gray matter, folks. If you don't know what gray matter is, look it up. It's basically the makeup of your brain. So dementia is the deterioration of gray matter. Okay, so they always said we couldn't get gray matter back. If you had concussions, they've always said that once scar tissue's on the brain, it's there. These things are simply not true. Doctors were wrong. Okay, they were very wrong. Ibogaine grows gray matter. Okay, so in theory, this I don't think it's been proven yet, but in theory, it will prevent dementia. Right? 2 plus 2 is 4. So if dementia is the deterioration of gray matter, and ibogaine gives you gray matter, well, if it gets deteriorated, we can grow more. So that's where I'm at with it. After the first time I took it, I hit up Trevor Miller, the owner, one of the owners, good friend of mine, and I was like, I hit him up. I left the facility on July 21st, and then I text him on July 8th of 23 and was like, hey, bro, I know this sounds crazy, but this is what the medicine's done for me, and I made a list of things, and then I was like, I actually feel like I'm getting smarter. He said, you very well may be. You grew gray matter. It also reverse ages the brain about 1.5 years per flood dose. So it is essentially the fountain of youth. A lot of guys do it, come out looking younger as well. So when you're asking yourself, or when you're like, well, do I need this? Needs a strong word. Could you maybe survive the rest of your life without it? Of course. But are you going to thrive to your full potential? That's what I want you to ask. Without Ibogaine in your life, will you survive? Most of you, quite certainly. But will you thrive without Ibogaine to your fullest potential? I believe you will be able to thrive to your full potential of the current you that you see right now, that you feel right now, that you hear in your head right now. There's a lot of things holding you back that you don't even realize. Once these things are gone, you are so focused, whether it's on your mission like I am of helping people, raising money, getting guys on the water, getting guys mental health care, or whether it's to be the best husband or wife you can be, the best mother or father you can be, the best friend you can be. It really does create the best version of yourself. My apologies. Let me rephrase. Ibogaine gets rid of the clutter in your brain, in your soul, to allow you to be the true version of yourself, which is the best version of yourself. So this isn't a pressure thing. I just wanted to get this out there because I do say it a lot. I sound like a high pressure salesman right now. But I had a guy last night I was talking to him about Ibogaine, and I was like, hey man, I think it would be great for you. He's talking about all these TBIs and these health issues he's had, and he's been, he's been homeless before. And he looked at me and said, well, I think I'm in a good place. I don't think I need it. And I'm like, well, that's great, man. I'm happy you're in a great place. But what about the scar tissue in your brain? What about when you're 65 years old and you should be enjoying your grandkids and you're not allowed to drive because you're not sure where you're at because the brain damage caught up to you? Look at, and as far as, Parkinson's, it helps treat that. MS, it treats that. Like it does so much, guys, that it's like, if you know all the information about it, it's more of why aren't you taking it than why should you take it. I will continue to take it as long as I'm able until the day I die. It is the most remarkable thing that you could ever imagine. The clutter that it clears out that I've already touched on. It's amazing. A lot of us have that background noise in our head, all the nonsense, and the Ibogaine, filters it out, and it gives you the tools where when those things pop in your head to be like, I don't need this. It doesn't serve me. Go away. I'm focused. It's absolutely amazing. I was diagnosed with ADD, which I don't think is a thing anymore. I think they call it all ADHD now. When I was a kid, the government drugs didn't do well for me, the Ritalin and all that. It didn't do well for me. I couldn't sleep. It made me feel weird. I lost a lot of weight, and I was a tiny kid anyway. Like, I'm not a big dude now. I was really tiny back then. But my ADD symptoms are much lessened. I can focus. I'm motivated. I don't need outside things to feel joy. The joy is in here. So guys, I hope this helps a little bit. I know this was a quick video, but once again, this was supposed to be brief, a thing of like, why should you take it? It's because it's going to make you better physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, guys. It's amazing stuff. So that's all I've got for you. I hope this helps. If you need anything at all or have any more questions, leave them in the comments. If you've got a direct line to me or you want a direct line to me, look us up, the Psychedelic Fisherman on Facebook. Hit me up there, guys. Have a great day. See y'all in Mexico.